Thank you for joining me here on another news rant where I, Tasty, am going to be taking a look at why you can't preload Borderlands 3. If you did like the video, go ahead and hit the like button. If you disliked, you know where that one is. Subscribe so that way you guys can keep up to date on everything we're doing here on the channel. Also, I'd like to hear your opinion down in the comments below about today's article, so if you do have any opinions, don't feel shy about sharing them. Let's go ahead and jump on into it. Like I said, we're going to take a look at why you can't preload Borderlands 3 on the Epic Game Store launcher. It's kind of weird to me that you wouldn't be able to preload something along those lines here because, if you can't preload it, it's going to take out of your time for actually being able to play the game. So somebody on Twitter, as you've seen here, asked Tim Sweeney why you couldn't pre-order, or if you could pre-order Borderlands 3, and he said no, you can't due to certain things. Somebody else asked him, as you're seeing, if the Epic Game Store launcher is allowing third-party games, and you said that it doesn't allow third-party games, then is Borderlands 3 not a third-party game? And he said it's complicated, but we just didn't think that the launcher could handle the load of the actual preloading of the game. So it's like I said, that's strange to me that Epic Games wouldn't do something like this. They are snatching up all the exclusives they can, and they can because they own Unreal Engine essentially in Fortnite. So they have all this money that they can spend towards getting all these exclusives to their launcher. But it's not a good thing, because one, they didn't actually make a good launcher. Things like GOG, Steam, those are good launchers. They have many features for the actual customer or consumer to use as far as rating a game, which you can't do that on the Epic Game Store launcher, at least as far as I know. And also, you can't do multiple purchases at once. You have to do them separately. So those are just two things that are actually pretty annoying when it comes to that kind of thing. Besides that, it's also a bad thing because they're taking all these exclusives and pushing them towards a launcher that is inferior to any other launchers that are out there. And it's not a good thing because it's like them taking just a bowl of shit, giving it to you, and saying, fucking just eat the shit. I don't care if you like the shit or not. It's all shit we got here. So, and not only that, they're going through and they are, instead of actually doing something with their launcher, like making a game besides Fortnite that is somewhat successful and that makes other developers want to sell their games beside that game, because it is a good game and other people will want to buy the other indie developers' games that show up next to said game. I don't know why they wouldn't do something along those lines, because then that gives the consumer something that they actually want. Because if they're going to your platform to buy your main game that you just put out that year, and then they buy another game that's been put up there for you, you not only win because it's your launcher, but you then can say, hey, we made this other game that was by us millions of dollars because they were just buy our one game on the launcher. And they're not doing stuff like that. Instead, what they're doing is, like I said, just kind of taking this bowl of shit and passing it around to everybody. And game developers are like, I like this shit. This shit's good shit. I don't know why the consumer doesn't like this shit. I would eat this shit all day. And then it gets to the consumer side, and they're like, this shit's just shit. Like, it's just shit. Why would we eat shit? Yeah, Epics. Why would we eat shit? So I'm going to go ahead and, end it right there for us here, because I don't want to get too frustrated and into, a few things. But, before I do end it, one more point I did want to bring up is that, you have other launchers like Steam, which is like the baseline for what launchers should be on a platform. Yeah, it's not going to be as big or anything. You're not going to have a lot of games, but I don't think forcing people to like your product is a way to keep brand loyalty to your brand. Because if another game launcher that comes along and starts doing the same thing, they're gonna go to that game launcher because they have no brand loyalty to your said brand, because you've just forced them there versus actually making it appealing for them to want to be there. Alright, I think that's enough of a rant. I don't want to get my blood pressure too up here today. So again, if you did like the video, you know what to do, and if you disliked it, you also know what to do. Make sure you're subscribing, hitting that bell icon so that way you get notified when I do release a video. As always, my name is Tasty, and I poop my pants.